if somebody was to want to reach out to one of these facilities and start a conversation, how they typically do it? Say it's a local and not a national, and it's a local to Fresno, and I want to go out and have a conversation with one of them. How do they start that conversation? Who do you try to get in contact with, and how do you start that conversation?
Great question. Let's talk about the whole entire market. There's 29,000 senior living communities. Mm-hmm. The biggest player in the industry has 6% of the market. So what that means is everything is fragmented, right? Everyone is not a big player. Even the biggest is only 6%.
Right.
What I teach people to do is how to talk to these senior living communities. If you think, people listening right now are probably say, well, I'll stop by that new senior living community that's going up today, and I'll walk in and I'll say, hey, I buy houses, and you'll be ready to go. No. Senior living communities, the directors there are probably some of the hardest working, most underpaid people that I've ever met. And if you just walk in out of the blue and think you're going to get a talk with them and get your point across, it's going to be hard to do. And so what I tell people, what I teach them how to do is to talk to not only the director the right way, but also the financing director. What usually, kind of like when you buy a new car and you go back with the finance guy. Well, the senior living communities, the big ones, have that same thing. And so that's when they get that bad news that, hey, mom likes Garden View, but she doesn't have $9,000 a month right now. She's only got so much in savings. And so that's when that moment they go, okay, well, we've got the house, right? And so that finance director is big. There's marketing directors. There's also placement agents. I don't know if you know this, but there's almost like real estate agents for senior placement.
So and those like a place for mom, right? That advertises all the time. They're placement agents, right?
And I love that you said that name, because in the industry,
they're bad.
The industry. No, and by the way, we're businessmen, right? Okay. So right. I'm the first guy to high five them, because they created and control a whole entire industry, which is the placement agency. They own it, man. And it's because of that fragmentation we talked about. They rank higher in SEO for your senior living community than the people that own it do. And so everybody in the industry is like, we got to take down a place for. And so I like that you said that. Yeah, that is the Kleenex of the industry, right? And so they're the biggest. And those placement agents, if you look at it from the seller's view, the senior living person, the community's view, and the placement agent, you're a lubricant to make all of those things go quicker and easier, right? So the senior living community who has to pay out a place for mom for that referral, I'm going to get that person to live in their community 1 to 5 months quicker, and think how much more profitable they are having that customer on the front end. And I'll tell you the reason why. In senior living, they're only a customer about 2.5 years is the average length of stay. So I'm doing something to add front end months to their bottom line. The placement agent doesn't get paid until they are placed. So remember that same 6-month delay? It's like they do their work now and they get their money 7 months from now, or would you rather have it in 30 days? It's almost like that wholesaling versus rehabbing conversation. It's like the time frame of all of that. And then the family, of course, we've talked about that. It's just, if you can be a good solution, of course they're going to take that easy button.